So guys, recently we showed you how to upgrade the Isuzu DMax stereo and do it yourself with our full kits on our website. Now, the Isuzu DMax and the Isuzu MUX actually had about 3 different styles of dash, okay, different stereos. Now, this variant of dash, or this style of stereo, actually had a reverse camera, and they also had the overhead screen in the MUX, okay? Now, a lot of you are asking if you change the stereo, how to retain those. So this video today, we're gonna show you how to retain this factory reverse camera and also the overhead DVD, because the wiring on this style stereo is actually different to the other DMaxes and MUXs that we've shown you. So this is a tutorial for how to retain that, okay guys? Okay guys, so if you have this style of dash, we're gonna show you how to upgrade that one, and it is very simple. You're just gonna put your hands underneath, pop the bottom section forward, and that will pop out this lower half. Now, this can vary on different vehicles, different styles, depending on the year, but it's still gonna pull apart the same way. On the back, locking tab on this single plug, push it down, pull it out. Very easy to do. From there, you've got 2 screws underneath. They're just Phillips head screws. They're straight in here. You'll be able to see them. There's tons and tons of room. Okay, you're not gonna worry. We don't have to really show that up close. Undo those. Very easy, standard Phillips head screws. Pop the top up. This car's obviously got a broken top. We can just pop that open. Okay, we're using plastic non-wiring pry bars. Again, we're gonna make these available on our website, okay? They're coming in this month. We're gonna have them a very cheap, affordable option if you wanna do this yourself, if you don't have one or can get your hands on one. Once you pull that out, one of the things you wanna make sure is eject any CDs, DVDs in here. If you are upgrading it, you don't wanna leave them in there, because once you've got the stereo out, you can no longer do it. So pull that forward and that comes out, okay? Now, the top section is just the hazard switch. There's a little button on that one. On the top of that, it's a little locking tab. Push that down, undo that, and that's gonna give you a lot of room to work, okay? And you wanna have your hand underneath it so that you can just rest it and unplug all the back. So we're gonna go through and undo these plugs. There's quite a lot of plugs here, and we're gonna run you through what each of those does as well. All right, so let's just unclip them for now, and then we'll show you. We're gonna put a diagram up to show you what these are on our website. We've got a full wiring schematic for this one, and we're also gonna show you how to adapt that factory reverse camera. We're gonna show you how to retain all the powers, the steering wheel controls, and the overhead DVD all in one. There we go. So, put that on the bench, we'll show you. Okay, so these are all the plugs, and now I'm gonna run through all these plugs because some of the other DMaxes are different, but anything with this Clarion navigation screen or the MUX vehicles with the overhead are gonna have all these plugs, which is a little bit extra, so it's different to our other DMax video that we have on our YouTube channel. So I'm gonna run through and explain all these because we've made a plug and play harness for you guys that wanna upgrade this stereo, and we custom make this and we do some pinning, but it's not that hard if you know what you're doing. So let's run through these plugs for you, okay? This bottom one there, so I just had the bottom one. So that big one there, that is from your aircon down the bottom. So keep that one out of the way, and just gonna use all these ones that we unplugged out of the stereo. Now, let's show you what you're not gonna be using, or we'll go through the easiest ones first. There's a section with 2 gray plugs, okay? Now, this one here, you can see that one there, it's a 3-pin, is your antenna, okay? That is your AM/FM antenna. The one next to it is the GPS receiver, okay? Now that's the factory GPS receiver. You don't need this on the new aftermarket stereo, okay? We're gonna leave that one out of the way. So you can, if you want, tape that back so you don't use it, or if you just wanna forget about it, and it's the easiest way to go. We're gonna put a new GPS receiver in today with the Kenwood one, which is specific to the new Kenwood deck. For an added bonus, we actually just did some testing. This factory GPS receiver, which we told you in the video a little bit earlier, to fold back, we're gonna add a new GPS receiver. This one will actually plug directly into the Kenwood, okay? So you don't even need to add the new one. Use the factory genuine one, it will plug in. So that is very, very cool. That saves you a little bit extra work as well. Now, that's the AM/FM antenna. So we'll show you how to wire these all shortly, but we're just gonna run through them quickly. This one here with the multiple pins, it's the larger plug, is actually your main power plug, and it's actually gonna do your steering wheel controls, speakers, and everything as well. Next along, we have another gray port. Here we go here, this one. This little square one with 4 pins is your USB adapter to adapt this factory USB down the bottom. So you can retain this factory USB and use that for the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So that's what that gray one is. Next to that, we have an optional front camera and CAN bus. Okay, so this is a CAN bus adapter, and it also does a few other things like factory microphone and just other stuff like CAN high, CAN low, which is basically the internal software of the vehicle. We're not going to be using that one. Again, we can tape that one back out of the way, so let's do that now. Just a reminder that we're not going to use that. Next, if you have the overhead screen, the overhead monitor in this vehicle, you're going to have this. It looks like a 6-pin plug. It's a little green one, but it's actually only got 3 wires into it, okay? And it is a 3-pin plug. It looks deceptive because it, on the front, when you look at the nose, it has got 6 pins. That's the overhead monitor. So we will use that only if you have the overhead monitor, but we can make that work with the new screen. So we'll show you how to adapt that custom. This one here is the last one. This is an 8-pin plug, and we're going to use only 1 wire out of this, which is the reverse wire. So this is the reverse trigger wire, okay? And that's the reverse signal to tell the reverse camera to turn on. So we'll show you how to do that shortly as well. And the last one is another green plug, okay? This one here has, I think, 5 pins. So again, that one looks like 10 when you look at the front, but it's only 5 pins on the back. So that's the factory reverse camera, and we're going to adapt that to the new unit. Okay, so they're all the plugs. Now, when you're getting these kits from us, we pre-make these looms to make it as easy as possible for anybody to fit these yourself, or you can get someone else to fit it for you if they're handy with the tools, but virtually plug and play it without damaging anything on your vehicle, and we're going to retain all those factory features. And the cool thing about this, and it's why we use a Kenwood unit, it has the steering wheel control adapters built into the Kenwoods, and we can custom fit that without the extra parts. So we can actually make this more affordable than if anyone else wanted to do it. So it's a cool way to go. So this is the harness here. Now you got a couple little things. We're going to show you how to use it. Straight up, the big white plug, sorry, will only plug into itself very simply and easily. Okay, so we've pre-wired that, and that will give you all the powers. And this is the steering wheel control that will plug into the back of the Kenwood. Right, done, easy as pie. Next step, antenna adapter. So this is the AM/FM antenna adapter. So we'll go get that gray port out. Again, this will only plug in one way. So there's only one way to do this. Very easy. So that's now your AM/FM antenna that will plug into the new stereo. Easy. Now, we're going to adapt a couple little things in this kit. We're going to give you 2 of these. These are going to be for your video adaptation. You only need 1 if you don't have the overhead screen. So 1 will do your reverse camera and 1 will do the overhead screen. So let's make it easy. We'll do the overhead screen first because it's not really anything you can do wrong. This is a video RCA jack, video composite that will plug in. And you got 2 pins. You got a white and a black, and we'll make sure it's white and black for you. And it's very easy. We're going to pin this into the top of these. So if you look at the plug, it is going to be the top of these 6 little holes, which is the top part of the clicking of the plug. And if you look at the back, you'll notice that the wires are on the top. So you've got 3 different wires here. Now, if you brush this back, you can actually see the 3 wires. 2 are yellow, 1 is blue. Now, the 2 yellows are actually an earth, and the blue is the power, all right? And it's as easy as using one of the yellows, which is the earth. We're just gonna plug that in, push it in, it'll click in, and then use the white one in the middle. So the white one will go into the middle. As our video dropped out, we had a phone call. We're gonna continue here. So white will go to the blue in the middle. It's the middle pin, and you can use either of the yellow wires as the earth, which will be the black. Okay, we're gonna pre-wire these, and they will click in quite tightly, and then you're just gonna put tape around them so the pins actually stay in the location. So it's not that hard to do. You just put a bit, we've heat shrunk it, so it's not gonna short or anything. This is the best way to do it because you can retain all your factory plugs, not gonna damage anything, and it's not gonna pull out, okay? Now, you can continue to tape that if you like, make it a little bit neater and just get rid of that if you want to just keep it nice and neat. But you've got plenty of length on that, so that will plug into the back of the stereo, and that's your your overhead monitor if you have the overhead monitor. Now, I'm going to continue along to the reverse camera because no one makes this plug, okay? This is the reverse camera plug. So we're going to show you how to pin that one in, and that's not going to be hard either. So you got 5 wires. We just moved back the plastic here. There was a bit of tape on it. And we're gonna use the 3 middle pins of this plug, right? You got 2 blacks and 1 white in the middle. Now the white is a 12-volt power. It's a power to camera, okay? The middle one, the middle pin is the video positive. The left pin, sorry, on the left as we're looking at it here, the other black one is the earth. Now you gotta be careful because these 2 black ones are actually both black, okay? So what we're gonna do is gonna take the middle one and put the white pin in, all right? Then on the left of it, which is the earth, the other black one next to it, we're gonna do the earth, right? Very easy. Okay, so you should end up with something that looks like that. Now, there's one more wire we've built into this loom. So just zoom out a bit, Dave, we'll show you this. So this is on our loom. We've built this little adapter, this little T-harness for you. This little purple white is gonna go into the white pin, which is the one next to it, okay? And that will click in as well. All right, we're gonna put tape around that, make sure it doesn't come out. And the idea when you're taping is to tape obviously half and half so it stays in the same position. You want to make sure it doesn't depin. It's not going to hurt anything if it does depin, it's just you're going to have to put it back in if it falls out. So you're just going to tape that up nice and neat, make sure all the pins are in there tight, and that's going to be plenty of flex in it anyway for when you actually do the installation. That's going to give you heaps of room. Now, we've put this special little clip on here for the other part of the adaptation. And this is just to give you the reverse trigger, right? So here we have the other 8-pin plug. There it is there. Now on the back of that, the second one in from the top is black and red. All right, so second one in, black and red, there it is there. We've taken the tape back again, we just push it back out of the way. So if you're looking at the front of the plug, on the top right, it's one in, and that is a black and red, like I said. And all you do is put this wire in the middle of this, so I'll show you, sits in there. I'll try and put the camera around, there you go. Sits in there like that, and then this shuts on it, right? And if you zoom out, we just use the pliers to make sure that bite's tight. All right, push it together, and you'll actually hear a little click once it's in properly. There we go. That will T-piece on. Now it won't damage the cable, and that will give it the signal. All right, so that's all your wiring that you're gonna need to do. It's going to give you everything that you need on this car. And there is one more adapter here, sorry. We've got a USB adapter, so this will come in the box as well. I'll quickly go grab that off the bench. I didn't bring it into the car because it is a separate harness, and I'll show you that as well. So this is the USB adapter, all right, to retain the factory USB. This simply plugs in. You can't get that wrong. And that will plug into the back of the stereo. Now, we're going to show you how to do everything and set this up on the car so you can actually see it working. We're going to demo it with this unit because it's just a test one that we have. You can't fit this one. This is a Toyota widescreen unit, but it's the same for all the new Kenwoods that we sell in these packages. And you've got 2 different options of a standard double DIN. One with CD, DVD, one without, okay? One's a MEC-less, no CD, no DVD, still has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, digital media, dual USB. So you can play video through USB, and that will work on your overhead monitor as well. So we're going to show you this quickly. On the back here, we've got a straight plug power. Going to plug that in. You see that there. Steering wheel jack will plug in up the top here. We would normally run an external mic and that would plug in here. We're not going to do that today because we're just showing you how to do this install today. And we've got a separate video we're going to tag on to the end of this to show you how to fit up all the fascia and the paneling. It's the same as the D-Max as those basically. Now, Kenwood is cool. They have 3 videos here. One says video out. Very simple, right? That's going to go out to your monitor up the top. So this is going to plug in. So that's the 3-pin one that we did, and that will go up to the monitor. So whenever you're playing video, it'll play on that top screen like you had on the factory unit. Rear view camera. So there'll be one that says rear view camera. That will go into the other one that we did. Very easy, right? Next one, USB adapter. So we're going to use this factory USB, and we always make sure that factory USB goes to the black one. All right, so you just unclip that and plug that straight in the black one, and she's ready to go. Now you got to do your AM/FM antenna. That's done, and you can have one more USB, and you would do that as well. Now there you have it, guys. That is completely plug and play upgrade for these Isuzu DMaxes and MUXs with this factory screen. And that plug and play harness that we make for you makes it so easy. From here, you just got to mount up your brackets and put it in the dash with our fascia kit that comes with it. but so simple and easy to do. Retain everything and don't damage anything in your car. Man, it is affordable to do. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call at Carbon Car Systems or shoot us an email and we'll help you out on that. But I'm so confident anyone will be able to do that themselves using our video.